This module covers the Windows registry, the very specific Windows database. Of course, it contains a lot of useful data, also for some forensic and analytical purposes, but it is good to know how it works internally, what is all this about. The registry itself is covered quite deeply in a separate module within Windows Internals course. But here I will go into basics. Of course, we can try to dig into the registry using built-in regedit utility. Here you can see like a tree structure of different things, usually called keys, but those keys are not always real. Very notable example is a current control set. A current control set is something which does not really exist within the registry file, within the database itself. Actually, we have a bunch of control set and some number, and one of those, we can have more than one, is exposed using kind of a link as current control set. Which one of those? If we have only one, it is quite easy, but if we have more, there is a key called select where we have information where is the current control set, and the control set 001 will be exposed as a current control set. But if you take the registry out of this computer, if you take the file out, if you mount it, or if you boot your computer from the offline media, such as bootable USB, DVD drive, and so on, if you open the registry, you load this particular registry Hive, you will clearly see nothing like current control set exists. So it is quite important for analysis to know that there is no real current control set, and we can have more than one control sets, and we have to know which one to pick. Sometimes when we go through the registry using regedit, we can face a situation when something is empty. Actually, it is not empty at all, but registry keys have their own permissions. You can see system is allowed to go to the security, but administrators are not allowed at all even to read this particular registry key. Regedit utility is nice enough to tell us nothing if we try to read such data. If we use anything else trying to read it, I will use PowerShell for this example. PowerShell, I dir it like a drive as it is a PS drive, so HKLM. If you do the dir, you can clearly see there is a permission denied on the security key, and it is why it is displayed in red, and at the same time we have no error message, nothing like this here. We can have, under some conditions, some error messages from regedit due to lack of the permission, but not always, so you should be aware of it. When it comes to the database itself, it is not one huge database. Registry is not the one uniform database stored within a file. Some data is not stored in a file at all. For example, performance data exposed by PDH DLL, performance data helper. And for some other cases, we can have, for example, for HKLM, for HK local machine, we can have different registry branches, I would call them here, like system, software, security, and some. And every single one of those is a separate file. It may be even stored under different locations. Those ones are stored in a pretty the same location, cdcon fig dir/a. You can clearly see there's a lot of files, but those files are responsible for the registry. So you can clearly see over here the security registry Hive, software registry Hive, system, and so on and so on. Some of those are clearly visible, some others like log files or TM stand for transaction management. For transacted registry access, you can see such files, but those files are somehow assembled together to provide you a consistent access to the registry and a consistent view from the registry editor as well. And here comes the local machine. It is a system 32 location, and here comes the local machine part of the registry. Of course, user has its own part of the registry as well. If I set something, let's say on my desktop, it will be reflected over here. So I have a registry part of the user, and every single session, every single logon session and logged on user will have his own current user. So obviously it will be different. Those users are all of them are loaded here, and again, one of those, if you take a look, this is my seed. I can verify it easily, CLS with wmi/all, and here next to my username I can see my seed, and you can clearly see this seed matches. Under the seed there is exactly the same set of registry keys which is exposed as a current user. It is yet again alias for allowing an application to reach for the current user registry hive, and at the same time for each user it will guide such application for different location, which makes perfect sense. And this part of the registry, the HK users part, is loaded to the registry according to the data specified within the profile. So this part belongs actually to user profile. If I try to list my stuff within my profile, if I want to spot my profile location, I can use set, and I can see user profile variable. And within this user profile, which is also read from the registry, by the way, I'm in the right spot. If I do dir, I cannot see that much, but if I do dir/a, if I go deeper, I can spot also some hidden stuff, and obviously here you can see end-user.dat being my end-user registry. So if you want to analyze a registry which belongs to another user, you should load his end-user.dat file into the registry or into a tool allowing you to dig through offline registry files, and you will see it mounted as some registry hive, and then you can dig into it knowing that you will see only the real stuff. If you want to steal such data, if you want to take the end-user.dat file and analyze it, obviously you cannot copy it when it's in use. So if I try to copy my end-user.dat to the desktop, I'm not allowed to do this, as well, it is not even visible for me. Anyway, I can copy it. I will try with admin account, CLS, cd users gt dir/a dir end-user./a. It is not visible due to attrib end-user.dat, as it is hidden. I can even try to unhide it. So attrib command allows you to remove hidden attribute. So it will be attrib -h end-user.dat attrib end-user.dat. Now it's not hidden. Copy end-user that to the desktop, and you cannot copy it anyway, as it is being used by another process, and you cannot open it because the handle being used for opening this file is not allowing any access to this particular file. So to copy it, you have to unload it, for example, by logging off and logging as another user. You can access it offline by booting from different media, or you can use snapshots, but this is the thing that we'll cover in another module. Anyway, you should know that the regular registry view right now is not directly a one-to-one copy of the database itself. There is a lot of virtual stuff, a lot of volatile stuff. Some things are not even real, some others are links to other places. So analyzing it live with the registry editor may lead into some behaviors that will not be observed when you load the registry database file on your own. You should be aware of it, and you should play accordingly.